binoculars and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barca have tabled their renewal offers for La Masia duo Alejandro Balde and Lamine Yamal during a meeting with super agent George Mendes. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking on this other report saying that Barcelona board are considering paying out of their own pockets to ensure player registration. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Earlier this week, Barcelona officials Rafa Yuster, Mateo Alemany, and Deco held a meeting with Portuguese super agent George Mendes. One of the main topics on the agenda during that meeting was the future of Ansu Fati, with Mendes making it clear on Tuesday that the youngster has no desire to leave the club. At the same time, though, there were other matters discussed during the meeting between the two parties, including the contract renewals of two La Masia gems in the form of Alejandro Balde and Lamine Yamal. According to Roger Tolero of Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona transferred their renewal offers for both Balde and Yamal to Mendes during the meeting in Catalonia earlier this week. It is well known that Balde's current contract with Barca expires in 2024. As such, the La Liga champions are eager to tie him down with a new long-term contract. Negotiations have been going on for quite some time now, and they are believed to be headed towards the right direction. And during the meeting with Mendes, Barca once again put forward their proposals to renew Balde. The Catalan Giants are offering the left back a contract until 2027 with improved wages as well as a mammoth release clause worth €1 billion, as was the case with the renewals of Ansu Fati, Pedri and Gavi. As for Yamal, the teenage wonderkid will be turning 16 next month, at which point he will be eligible to sign his first professional contract. With several top clubs across Europe closely monitoring him, Barcelona wish to secure his future at the club. To that end, they sent their contract proposal for the La Masia gem to Jorge Mendes during that meeting, with the plan being to hand the 15-year-old contract until 2026, with room for improvement on terms and duration if he becomes a first-team member. Of course, this is a great development. Barca trying to renew the contracts of Balde and Lamine Yamal. Of course, those are two players with great futures ahead, and it is very important for Barca to do all they can to ensure that these players remain for a long time. Balde most especially have impressed onlookers this past season, being the starting 11 all the time, the starting left back ahead of Jordi Alba and Marcos Alonso. Balde have done exceptionally well, has amazed everyone, because when the season kick-started, nobody saw that coming. Nobody. People still thought that Jordi Alba will continue to take total control of that left back row until when Xavi Hernandez saw something in that kid and started putting him, and of course that is how from there he has become the starting left back for Barca Saints, and that have of course understandably pushed Jordi Alba out of the team. Of course, we gotta remember Jordi Alba announced that he will be retiring as a Barca player, which means Jordi Alba will not continue at Barcelona this coming season, which means he will go to a new club, because Balde himself have taken total control of the left back role. And it is very important that Balde is being extended. We know that he is still very young, still 19, still a lot of years ahead that he can play and contribute. And of course, his contract expires next year, 2024, which was very important for Barca to trigger an extension before time cut short, which means, according to report, they are saying it is until 2027 that the new contract will come to an end. And I think that's a considerably long time So those are players who are going to build the future or are entering into a new era. The likes of Busquets, Alba, they have left, PK, and we have now just players like Sergio Roberto who are still there and who will be the captain, which means Barca are really going into a new phase of their lives. So Lamine Yamal, another great talent from La Masia, who have been doing some special stuff, and Xavi have been calling him on training sessions, together with the senior members of the team because they saw something special in that kid. Of course, he had his debut towards the end of La Liga, where he did well. To be honest, he missed some couple of chances, but he played with some promise, as this guy is the future of the club. And if Barca have tabled a contract renewal offer for the player, it means that Xavi really wants to keep him for a long time. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, the departures of Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba should create enough room for Barcelona to register the new contracts of Gavi and Ronald Araujo this summer. However, more exits would be needed for Barcelona to register other players who have signed new contracts such as Marcos Alonso, Sergio Roberto, and Iñaki Peña, as well as Alejandro Balde, who is close to renewing his contract. At the same time, they would also need more margin to register any new faces they bring in this summer. With the financial situation not in the pinkest of health, the Barca board is considering paying out of their pockets to ensure that all players are registered without any problems, according to reports from RAC1. The Blaugrana board pulled off a similar maneuver last summer to ensure the registration of a certain Jules Koundé. Club president Joan Laporta and treasurer Ferran Oliver offered up to 11 million euros out of their own pocket as a guarantee to ensure that the Frenchman was registered after his arrival from Sevilla in the summer of 2022, and they are prepared to repeat such a tactic this year again if the club were to encounter any problems with the registration of players with new contracts. The Blaugrana have several targets on their agenda heading into the summer. Ilkay Gundogan of Manchester City and Vitor Roque of Atletico Paranense are at the top of the wish list of Barcelona, while Xavi and co are also looking for a new pivot midfielder. Given that they will be operating under the 40% rule, it is imperative that Barcelona sell players to bring in the revenue and that they can reinvest into signing their preferred targets. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.